Hey guys, I'm Brandy Lydon, host and founder of Mom, You're Not Alone podcast. I'm also a local realtor here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we have Maryann Page-Azambuja today. She runs Choice Home Warranty here in the Knoxville area. How important are relationships to your career, your business, and what has that meant to you, and how have you network to build them?
You do business with people you like and trust, and I am constantly looking for ways to grow a relationship.
So, Maryann, how did you get into the home warranty business?
So, interestingly enough, I actually had my real estate license briefly when I was like 23 years old. I thought, oh, it will be so glamorous. It's going to be like the best career ever. Did not know how much there was to it. So I totally respect what you do on a daily basis. So as soon as I got into it, I got out of it. I was like, this is too much for me. And then I got the opportunity to work with a home warranty company, which is still tied to real estate in some degree. And I knew it was going to be the perfect fit for me. I get to work with real estate agents. I get to work with home sellers and home buyers, protecting their biggest investment. And so I've been doing it for 21 years. I don't think I really could do anything else. It's like the best thing for me. And as a working mom, it really helps that I can kind of set my own schedule.
Absolutely.
That really does help. Now, it doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean that, you can just work whenever you want to and then not work. But it does help because then we have 5 children.
How you balance work and life, family life?
So when I started in warranty, my oldest child was 2, and then my second child was like 1. They're 15 months apart. And so when I started, obviously, like flexibility was hugely important. And then since I've been in warranty, I have had 3 more children. I have Kerrigan, who's 17, and Gigi, who's 14, and Cruz, who's 12. So it really helps that, they understand my schedule. Like when I'm with clients, I'm with clients. When I have an obligation, I do. But then if I need to go on a field trip with them, if they need me to give them some extra time for homework or for, sports, wrestling, football, whatever, I can do that. And there's really no bigger benefit, really, than what I do. Obviously, I love what I do and it's very rewarding, but the biggest blessing is that I get to be there with the kids when I'm needed.
And so balancing calendar, and you said, making it a priority if they need you, you are at their events, and then, but yet, work is a lot of times, depending on, how it's a busy season or not, you have lots of events for work. So do you have like a work calendar and a family calendar that everybody can see? How do you manage your time, I guess?
Yeah, so there are certain seasons in the year that are heavier with client obligations, like the holidays, the couple of weeks before Christmas. They usually know, like my kids understand that I'm doing a lot of Christmas parties, work events, but they know that when they're out of school on December 18th, December 19th, I'm theirs until they go back to school. Mm-hmm. So they're probably sick of me right now because like I've been at their disposal for the last few weeks, but they're going back to school soon, so that will change. But that's my heavy time of year for marketing is before the holidays. July for home warranty claims, that's when everybody's air conditioning system goes out.
Yes,
so they understand July, mom's always going to be on the phone. And, they understand that. They know that it allows them the opportunity to do their sports, to have things. Mom has to work. And I hope that will give them a strong work ethic. And in fact, it's really interesting. So my older kids, they both started working at age 16. My daughter, who's now 17, she started working at a restaurant when she turned 16. And I was actually pleasantly surprised because I know when I entered the workforce at 16, I was horrified. I was like, what do you mean I have to clean bathrooms? What do you mean I have to show up to work? Like, this is not fun. But I never looked back. And I thought that they would be the kind of the same way, like maybe they would want to get out of it. They would want to take the easy route. They have never looked back. They have had the strongest work ethic. I'm like, well, maybe I had a little part of that to do with it, because maybe they see me show up every day.
Yeah. And I think I think the more we talk to them about, how it relates, like, okay, yes, mom has to work. Yes, I'm on the phone. My job's I don't get to go clock in and then leave the office and be completely done. In both of our worlds, we're like that. And I think that if they can see you work hard, yet they get to do these sports or take this trip, it's relatable to them. I shared with another interview client that teaching them like to how it relates to them. So I think Beckham had said one time he looked up in a basketball game and I was on my phone. And I said, so we had a conversation after, and I just said, buddy, listen, sometimes in my world, it's not an emergency, but it's something that I have to deal with. And if it's not time sensitive, I usually try to put my phone down and not deal with it. But if it is something that needs attention, I'm going to deal with it because it's how I make a living. And and so then it was like going down the path of, okay, how about every closing I have, you get $10. And then
they've invested interest.
And then it was like, oh, the mindset switched, and it was like,
take that call, mom, do it.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Go do your thing.
So how many clients do you have? Like, do you have any closings this week? And so it was kind of like this engagement, because the small reward, and what's $10 to us out of it, but for them it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah, flipping that mindset a little bit.
I'm so gonna do that. Like, for every warranty I get, you're getting a portion. Because I get that, and I have that mom guilt. Mom guilt is so real.
It is.
Because it's like, well, you weren't there, you didn't look, you didn't see, you were on your phone. I mean, it's just like all the things, and you're just like, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, they need to know that you are prioritizing, and if it's not important, you won't have to take the phone call. But if it's something that's going to make or break a deal, you have to do it.
Exactly.
But more times than not, you want them to remember that you were present.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And you showed up, and that's what they're going to remember. So if we talk about, like, what's the most rewarding part of your job, tell me a little bit about that. Because we know there's negative, so we won't get into that. But what's the most rewarding?
Thank you for asking the positive. So being in customer service, like, we're always about taking care of the client, making problems go away. Like, that's my job, is to be the problem solver. And I do that all day, every day. The most rewarding thing is when you get that realtor client or that homeowner client that calls you after the fact and says, thank you for helping. Thank you for making my situation better. Thank you for going above and beyond. That makes it worth it to pick up the phone every day, to take the claims, to take all the issues, because that gratitude. And that's something that I really try to be very cognizant of. I try to give that back, whether it's like you have a good dining experience at a restaurant, or, you get great customer service with your insurance company or cable company, whatever. Compliment that, because that keeps that person doing that job. It's going to roll over to the next customer. If you don't acknowledge the positive, I mean, it's just, it's very sad that a lot of times in this culture, in this day and age, people are so quick to post negative and they don't acknowledge the positive. So, y'all, like, if you have a positive experience out there with customer service, with anything, acknowledge it, because it goes such a long way.
It does. It really does. And I think, we see it because we're appreciative when we get it. And so, I think as we walk through daily life with being a client or being a customer and all the places that we go in, how much time does it take to just say, like, thank you, or give them 5 stars, or
Exactly.
tell their boss they were awesome.
It really doesn't take that much time. And the benefits to that, it's like a trickle down effect. It just makes the whole process more pleasant for the next customer, or for you when you have another situation that you need help with.
Absolutely.
I always say, because my grandmother used to say this all the time, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So you show that sweetness, you show that appreciation, and that's going to go so much further than if you're going to like type out a negative review.
Absolutely.
It doesn't accomplish anything. And so one thing that I've said a lot lately is I am solution focused. I want to get to the end solution, the result of the situation. You don't get to the result if you're just throwing out like negativity. Like, let me know how I can help you and it will get done.
Right.
Just tell me what I need to do and I will fix it 1,000 times.
Absolutely.
But if you're like, rah, 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 it's like, that doesn't get you anywhere.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And so I guess to dive in a little bit, if you guys are thinking like, what is a home warranty, or what does she do?
Not a lot of people know.
Her clients are realtors a lot of times. So we've worked together for years, and then homeowners are her clients too. So if you own a house and you need a home warranty, you can call Maryann. But the really cool parts about the home warranty are, a lot of times people are buying their first house and they do not have $5,000 if their HVAC goes out, or, or even their dishwasher or anything like that, some small things. So the home warranty, you have Maryann as your liaison, or your realtor that you call, and I call her, or however it goes. But she's going to be the one that is calling in and going to bat for you for that claim. So that's kind of how the home warranty works if you're a homeowner or a realtor that has clients.
Well, and so I heard a statistic a few months ago that said approximately 60% of buyers have less than $3,000 in the bank when they close. So if you think about that, like they're paying money to move into their house, they're moving expenses, they're financing, maybe they have a down payment, closing costs. And they close, and then a month later, their air goes out and has to be replaced, or a water heater, or an appliance. And they don't have the funds to deal with those situations. So that's when a home warranty is hugely important. And unfortunately, because of this crazy kind of market that we're in, a home warranty is not necessarily negotiated as part of the transaction unless you, as the awesome realtor, include that for them, or you advocate for them to get that as part of the closing. But a lot of buyers don't know that it's available and they could have gotten it. So even if you closed 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, and didn't get a warranty and you decide you want it now, it's not too late with us. With me. Now, other warranty companies are a little bit different. They might have some time restrictions, but my message for you guys who might need that extra security, it's not too late to order it with me, and I'm more than happy to help.
That's awesome. So then I'll kind of speak to you realtors out there. I didn't do this in the beginning. Obviously when we're getting started, we don't have the funds to do this, just like a homeowner buying their first house. But as you go through the business, and you can save up some funds, I purchased the home warranty for the buyer. And I just think it's a really good, one, about showing gratitude and giving back. But, you're going to be their person. You know what I'm saying? Because you've given them this, let's say, $600 warranty, and they have an issue. You're calling right away.
And I still have your buyers that call me and say, Brandy gave us the warranty, and they're like, she's amazing, and here's what I need. So they do remember whenever they have an issue.
And then you have kind of saved the day in a sense of you've not gotten them in a scenario a year down the road that they can't afford the repair. So I think realtors, if you guys can offer that, it's just an amazing give back. Okay, so let's dive into relationships, since we're kind of speaking to that and working together. So how important are relationships to your career, your business, and what has that meant to you, and how have you networked to build them?
You do business with people you like and trust. And I'm constantly looking for ways to grow a relationship. Now, sometimes it can be a little bit hard because there's one of me and there's 5,000 plus agents in my target marketing, right? But it's about going above and beyond, not just standing in front of you saying, here's what a home warranty is. Here's how it's going to help you. Use my warranty, sell, sell, sell. It's not about selling. It's about giving back to the community, the real estate community. I teach free continuing education classes. I do a Leading Ladies of Real Estate panel every quarter. I do the Knoxville Real Estate Elite, the Chattanooga Real Estate Elite, to give value back to the agent community. So it's not about me talking about warranty. It's about me giving back to you guys in terms of education, because your success is my success.
Right.
So that's how I have chosen to develop the relationship, taking it to like another level where it's not just like me trying to sell. I've heard something one time, and I love motivational books, and I try to like stash away a few quotes, but somebody said, people want to buy, but they don't want to be sold to. So it's like, if you're putting on the sales front, if I'm calling you every day, like, hey, you want to buy a warranty? That's so off-putting, and I wouldn't appreciate it either. Mm-hmm. But if you're calling saying, hey, how can I help you build your business? Hey, I have a referral for you. Somebody's moving here from Chattanooga. Would you like me to pass along your information? I am bringing so much more value to your business than just selling warranties. But then when you need a home warranty, I am hopefully going to be top of mind.
Yes.
So relationships are huge, just like you in real estate. Like you want to keep in touch with your clients. You want to be top of mind, but you're not always going to be like, hey, buy this house for me.
Right.
You just want to show them value, that you're a good friend, that you're a good supporter, that you have a vested interest in what's going on in their life, and vice versa. That's why, like, on my Facebook, some people are probably like, you overshare, but I'm like, I want you to know what I have going on, because it's probably the same things that you have going on in your family as well.
Right. Yeah.
We all have a common ground.
So it's sharing that you're human. So, in regards to social media, you're probably putting out personal content and business content just so that they know who you are and they know you're real.
Exactly. They know that we're all like, if you're a working mom, like, the struggle is real, or, if you are trying to buy Christmas presents for 5 kids and you're like, Lord, this is crazy, or, grocery inflation, whatever. Like, everybody's on the same page.
Yes. Yes.
And you just try to mix it up. I use like the 30-70 rule. Like, I try to do 30% business, 70%, my like authentic self, like what's going on in my world.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no right way to do it. I mean, I don't think anybody has the perfect formula. It's just being relatable and being as honest as possible, and not everything is perfect and sunshine and rainbows.
That's true. That's true. So how do you think, from now, because, we've had a lot of shift in the market, as you know, from, 2020 to now. So how do you think as we hit, let's just say, dips or changes in our market where we have to adjust and grow, how do you think now you're diving into relationships versus 2, 3, 5 years ago?
Well, so it's really interesting you asked me that, because that's all I've been working on the last few months, is just getting my game plan for 2024. It's not the same market. It's completely different. I used to be able to go into an office and bring lunch, and there would be 50 agents there who were happy to see me and happy to eat the delicious food I brought. So I had an audience. Since 2020, agents aren't in the office anymore. People aren't in their offices. They can work from anywhere. They can work from their farmhouse in Georgia, where they're raising chickens. As long as they have a laptop, they can work. And so my audience is completely different. I have to do the one-on-one calls, Zoom. Like, who knew Zoom was going to be so essential to our business? And I was reluctant. I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to Zoom. You have to Zoom if you're going to reach the audience that you want to reach.
Yeah.
People aren't in the office. I can go in the office. I can bring goodies. they're not there. So I've had to really switch up my marketing completely, make the one-on-one calls, just do the one-on-one, just making sure that we're developing that relationship on an individual basis. Yeah, it kind of stinks because it takes a lot longer. You can't just bring a lunch and hit 50 people. It's 50 individual calls.
Right.
So it's a lot harder. But my word for 2024 is surgical. And a lot of people were like, surgical, that's like such a weird word. Surgical means that I'm going to be intentional about targeting that specific agent. I'm going to have a game plan moving forward with each individual VIP agent that I have. Okay. I'm not just going to throw a blanket over it and expect to capture all of the audience. I have to be very intentional with whose business I'm seeking out. Mm-hmm. You know what? Sometimes it may not be a good fit. That's something that I've learned after 21 years. Sometimes maybe we're not the best partners for one another. Okay. And at that time, you have to have the confidence to like move on and focus your attention elsewhere. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it could be like an energy vampire. I don't know if you've read that book, The Energy Bus. I think that's what it's called. But it's like sometimes people can suck all of the energy out of you. And then you don't have that energy to give to somebody else that actually needs it and that actually could be a more productive relationship. But it takes a lot of time. Now, 10 years ago, I would never have said that. I would have been like, I want all the business. All the business. But now it's like, I want to be surgical. I want to choose who I do business with. Yeah. I want to be very intentional who I'm giving my energy to.
And I think that if you have built that great relationship, similar to my business as well, but you may get, 10 warranties, let's just say, if we're going to throw out numbers, out of that one agent that you might have gotten one before you poured into them.
Exactly.
And then, so yeah, if you have, shifting market, let's kind of make this relatable to anyone else that is maybe in a running their own business, commission sales, that kind of thing, where you have to motivate yourself. So last year is not this year. And so do what you have to do to shift the marketing and set those goals and adjust. I think that's a great plan. So if you have 25 VIP agents and you need this many warranties out of them, like, how can we help each other?
Exactly.
How many deals am I trying to do this year? How many warranties do you need out of me? Like, how can we help each other?
Tell me, girl.
Yeah.
Send me all of them.
Let me look. But no, I mean, that's great. And I think that pouring into specific people versus just
the masses.
To the masses.
You have to be very
It'll be more intentional.
That's like my whole mission this year. And I'm excited. I'm excited for a new year. Last year I had a lot of challenges in real estate and other things, but I really have very positive feelings about 2024. What about you?
I'm excited too. We've both had some challenges in the last 2 years on a personal level and business, and I'm excited to be just extremely focused. We have a great game plan and a marketing plan, so yeah, we're excited to dive into it. So a couple takeaways. So, balancing work-life balance. She talked about just being really intentional with her time and her calendar and being present with kids or present at work, and trying to balance that out. And then the most rewarding thing, like the gratitude, the thank yous.
So it goes so far.
Yeah. So remembering just to thank your people in the service industry. It takes not a lot of effort. And then how important relationships are. So just no matter what industry you are, your net worth is your net work. So.
Love it. I'm going to steal that.
Okay. So if you guys are looking to build wealth at any point in your life, which if you watch my podcast, hopefully you are, so build that network out. Maryann, thank you so much for interviewing today. It was awesome.
Thanks, friends.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.